So what is up, guys? Your boy Rendino is back, and today I have to cover this Luka trade, bro. Like, it doesn't even make sense to me how this is even a possible trade to exist. I mean, like, you literally have debatably the top five best player in the league right now. You have a guy who's top five in the league. I don't think that's even a question. I mean, Luka, he's easily a top five player in the NBA. I mean, I would say top three, as much as I don't like him. I would say top three is Luka, Giannis, Jokic. You can argue Shea, too, I guess. But he's at least top five. I mean, those four guys are, like, the faces of the league right now. And so, like, I mean, I don't understand this trade at all. Because, like, I don't think anybody wins this trade. And if you want to say I'm wrong on that in the comments, I quite frankly don't care. But, like, the Lakers, they'd lose their only really good big man piece in AD. Sure, he's injury prone and he's 31 years old, and Luka helps him get younger and have a guy to build around for the future. That once LeBron retires, yeah, that's true. But, like, at the same time, you don't have any big man to win now. So, like, unless they're gonna go get somebody to fill that void, they don't win this trade. And then the Mavs, why are you trading Luka? He's your franchise cornerstone. And then you're trading him for injury-prone Anthony Davis, who's 31 years old, almost 32, who is not a bad player. He's having a phenomenal season. But what else do you have? You just traded your most valuable asset. And you only got you only got AD and Max Christie and then a 2029 first-round pick. You didn't get nearly enough value. I mean, like, you needed something else. Like, surely you could have got Rui Hachimura or something out of it, at least. Or maybe Dalton Connect or Reeves or something else. Like, there's no way that's all you could get. And, like, then for some reason, the Jazz are just randomly involved in this trade with Jalen Hood Schifano. Sorry if I butchered that. And then 2 seconds. Watch them somehow win this trade. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, watch Jalen Hood end up becoming, like, a top 5 player in the NBA or some crap. And then watch those second-round picks at least becoming solid role players for the Jazz, and then the Jazz win the trade for whatever reason. That wouldn't surprise me. As Jalen Hood's 21 years old, he's younger than Luka. So, I'm not saying that means anything, but just saying watch them somehow win this trade. Like, watch them somehow win this trade. I mean, I would think the Lakers would win this trade, but, like, then I don't get the point of this trade. And apparently the Mavs wanted to trade Luka because they were concerned about his conditioning because he keeps gaining weight. And they weren't sure if because of that they would have been willing to sign him to a Supermax contract. And then if they didn't sign him to one, he might enter free agency and they'll get nothing for him. Which I get that, but, like, I feel like you almost would have been better off with that to a degree, because then you could have just had a fresh start. But now you think you can win now and build for the future. What future are you building? Max Christie is not a future cornerstone of your franchise. And no offense, I don't think that 2029 pick is really going to help you win right now. I mean, you needed a pick this year or next year. I mean, I don't think Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis are leading you to the champion or to the finals. I don't think that's happening unless they just go full insane mode, or you plan on making some other move, or you've got something in your back pocket. I'm not sure what this trade does. And so, it doesn't make sense at all. This does to me beg the question: did the Mavs even ever really want Luka? That to me that begs the question. That whole Luka Trae Young trade, that may have been more so the Hawks wanting Trae than the Mavs wanting Luka. That's something we do have to take into consideration now. The Hawks very well might have wanted Trae Young so bad that they said, here, have this Luka Doncic guy. And he's been playing basketball or professional basketball since he's 16. And the Mavs said, you know what, sure, we'll take him. Just because, why not? Sounds intriguing. They might have wanted Trae Young the whole time. And it wouldn't surprise me if something like that does come out. Now, I've heard De'Aaron Fox is trying to get traded as well. Could the Mavs be going after De'Aaron Fox? Again, that wouldn't make any sense, because then I don't know how your backcourt's going to work, but... Or could they maybe go try and get Trae Young or Jimmy Butler? They might, or... I think they're either getting Jimmy Butler or Bradley Beal. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but that wouldn't surprise me if they go try to get Jimmy Butler or Bradley Beal to be the number one guy on their team. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that would, to me, make some sense. I don't know, but, I mean, I don't think that this trade really does anything for really anybody. And, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a good trade or a bad trade, because I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if it gets vetoed or something. Or that it comes out tomorrow that the Mavs GM was drunk or something when he was that he's been drunk and high or something like that. I mean, I'm not saying he was, but it wouldn't surprise me if that came out and that he's, back to normal and he's like, or talk to the Lakers and says, can we undo that trade? And say, I was messed up in the head when I offered that trade. So, there is that factor, and I just think that it really comes down to, do the Mavs have a plan now in order, or are they just kind of gonna, be idiots now and be irrelevant or something? Do they have a new plan? Do they have something cooking that under our noses that we don't even know about yet? And is there this underlying factor of maybe Luka was never wanted in Dallas to begin with? Or maybe it's just the Dallas curse. Maybe that's a factor too. Maybe it is the Dallas curse that they just can't make their GMs and their owners just can't make good decisions. Maybe that is a thing too. I guess we'll never know. But, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information. Shams Charania, or however you say his last name, is the one primarily reporting this. But other people have been reporting as well. Mavs fans are going crazy, which I don't blame them. Everybody's kind of going crazy, to be honest. Which, again, I don't blame people. It's not something I would have expected. I don't think it's something anybody would have expected. Luka was one of those guys who, again, I considered one of the most untouchable players in the NBA. I didn't think he was... I thought he could maybe be traded someday. But not for Anthony Davis. That, to me, didn't make any sense. And the Mavs GM, Nick Harrison or something like that, or Nico Harrison, I think it is, he said that AD is an all-defensive player, and that he believes that defense wins championships, and getting a guy who's an all-defensive player and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset is more valuable to their team. Yet last season with Luka, they still had a top 8 defense in the league after they made all their trades at the trade deadline. And then they also brought in Klay Thompson this year. So, I don't know what they're really doing here. To me, this just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'll try to get more information in the morning and later on tomorrow if I can. But I'm not going to stress over it. But, I have a feeling there's something weird going on here. But that's going to do it for this video, pretty much. Yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to quickly update this in case y'all don't get the news on it. And, just so you can kind of hear my take on it. I think we got to start questioning whether Luka was even ever wanted in Dallas to begin with. The sanity of Dallas, too. Of the Dallas ownership and GMs and all of that. I might need to start questioning their sanity. And fans of those teams, if you're looking for new teams to root for, I'd suggest you start looking now. Because pretty soon no one's going to want you because they're going to think you're crazy for still supporting that team. But that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. For now.